Mhm.
Self-care is more than just taking rest. Self-care is about meeting your needs. So,
Yeah.
what's happening is what you're thinking is self-care is only partial part of what is going to be,
Okay.
other people are going to see it. So it is public. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send you a link so that you can download it and you can have it for yourself as well.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
So yes, yes, yes. Okay. So Ashley, I believe if I'm correct, this is the first time that I'm reading for you, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. So, did you have a chance to review the session prep video?
I did.
Wonderful. So you know about the
Uh,
10-minute rule and you understand how the
Yes.
spirit world speaks to me and how I'll be presenting the
Yes.
information. So the only
Yes.
thing left that I really need to know is, do you want to know everything or do you want me to edit information out?
I think I'm open to everything.
Excellent. Very good. Okay. So let's
Mhm.
get all. Okay. I'm going to get into your heart space, which is where truth lives. So I'm going to ask that you put, and I don't know if you can really see it. Here you go. You're going to put either one, if unless you're using the camera with the other hand, one or both hands on your heart center. And we're going to take,
Okay.
and we'll take 3 deep breaths together. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And then after you take that last breath there, go ahead and say your first name only. Say it out loud 3 times, please.
Okay. It's Ashley. Ashley. Ashley.
Wonderful. Okay. All right, Ashley. Also, since you purchased the hour-long reading, there's an option for some energy work at the end if you need to sort of just integrate and balance yourself out. So that is an option. So just let me know if that's something that you do want to do. Um,
Okay.
but in the meantime, let's get all up in this. And how can I help you?
I'm just kind of, I guess, coming out of 2020, kind of in like looking for guidance right now.
Sure. Anything
Yeah.
specific, or do you want me to just generally go and you can ask questions from there?
Um, Specifically, I'm kind of in like crossroads. I'm 35. I started a business last year. I'm up in New York City right now, staying with my best friend, thinking about maybe changing things. I just got out of a relationship, a 6.5 year one in January. So I'm
Wow.
kind of, yeah, I'm kind of figuring out me on my own.
Yeah. All right.
Hmm.
So I guess we'll just start out general, and then as we go along, I might say something that triggers you into wanting to go into a further direction. I'll just kind of see, like, right now, I'll just pose it as what's up with Ashley? What does
Okay.
Ashley need to know? Um,
Yeah.
and that's how we'll just sort of gear this and focus this, and then we'll take it from there. All right.
Okay.
So what's going on with Ashley? I actually feel like you're in a good spot. It may feel uncomfortable because you're in uncertainty, but the direction that you're going in, believe it or not, by not having a direction is a great direction, because there's also this sense of freedom that you have, or that you can potentially tap into. So I like that for you. But it also, what's coming up is you're being a little bit, let's see, how do I say this? Because I don't want to, I don't sugarcoat and I don't bullshit, but I want to be as kind and
Sure.
compassionate possible. There's finances are coming up, and it does sort of feel like you're holding on a bit to money. Do you understand this? Does this make any sense to you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So the challenge is like, okay, especially, and I understand this because I'm an entrepreneur myself.
Hmm.
I'm a businesswoman, building my business, continuing growth, all the things. So there is this sense that if you hold on to money too much, too often, what you're not doing is tapping into the energy of money. So basically, let's just say you have this chalice, right? And the chalice is
Okay.
filled with gold coins, right?
Hmm.
But those coins aren't going out. So there's no space for more money to come in because they're being held too tightly. So there's a
Okay.
whole aspect of being stingy. Now, I don't want to come across as like, oh my God, that's so awful. But, I don't know how, you're just hoarding money. But in order to sort of make money, you have to spend money. And it
Hmm.
sucks as someone who suffers from money anxiety. I can completely and totally sympathize with the fact of not wanting to let go of your money. But right now, what's showing up is like in regards to your business and your entrepreneurship and you know what you're doing. There seems to be some sort of systems that need to be set or practiced, and those systems are costing money. You understand this?
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a fear of investing your money into these systems because, oh my God, what if I don't make the money back? Does this make sense to you?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So here's the thing. And like you and I are like sisters on this, because I would have never thought in the field. First of all, I never thought I'd be a professional anything in this realm. Okay.
Yeah.
Second of all, I didn't realize that no matter what you're doing, spiritual or not, you still have to have the skeleton of a business. And in order for it to be successful, you have to have systems in play, and they cost money. So I've had to spend a lot of money in business without knowing what the ROI was going to be. And that is scary as fuck. The thing is that high risk, high reward. Now, it's not going to happen right away, but I've got really great cards for you in terms of making money. If you let go of the emotional attachment to money, not an easy task. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that it's not hard. I mean, it's not easy to do, but that is really what's coming up first and foremost in regards to your business.
Okay.
I do have the grief loss card coming up, so we might be moving into relationship. But before we go in there, oh, well, actually, you know what? There's also, hold on, because there is an aspect of grief and loss also in regards to stability of work too. You understand this?
Yes.
Coming in too, like you like to work, or if it's not that you like to work, you are a worker. You understand this? Right.
Yes.
You've really good work ethics. You're like, I can do this. I'm willing to put in the effort. But it's almost like the business, it's either the business that you've started isn't allowing you to do that, or the business just hasn't been built up enough to allow you to do that. So there's this also sense of like, I don't want to say too much time on your hands, because it's not necessarily that, but it almost feels like you're not doing enough as a person who thrives in a bit of drama and chaos, in all honesty. There's not enough work for you to do to sort of redirect yourself into that. And that can actually cause some sadness in regards to, or in connection to, your business or your work. Do you understand this? Does this make any sense?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, you're not broken. Okay. So this is good news. It's just, look, it's taken me 7 years of doing what I'm doing to get to a place where I'm happy. And now I can really scale, right? So the only thing that is happening is that you haven't had enough time in this. And entrepreneurship is all about the contraction and the expansion. And right now you're in a bit of a contraction. Okay. Where's my money? Why isn't there more business? Am I gonna make it through? And that is causing, it's almost like that anxiety and stress of not enough money, that scarcity mindset, and not enough work for me to keep busy is causing some sadness in regards to your business. So it's so normal and it's so natural in the growth process, but that's kind of like what's going on in regards to like your business, and maybe some sadness, like even self-doubt. They're talking about self-doubt and confusion. Did you make the right decision? Do you understand this?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah. So, is there on this topic, are there any questions that you want to ask that I can look further and deeper into for you?
I guess business-wise, that's why it's a little confusing. I have been so overworked and over busy. I'm a hairstylist, and I'm very, very empathetic. So taking on everybody else's stuff for the past year and a half just got to be too much for me. So I scheduled 3 weeks off. I was supposed to go back to work this week, and I'm actually taking another 3 weeks for myself.
Okay.
So it's almost like business wise, there's almost too much. And it just
Yeah.
became too overwhelming that I don't know that that's what I want. I'm ready to move on and do something, start all over again and not have to.
In the same business or?
Um, Basically within the same type of business, but in a different way.
Okay.
Kind of.
So, got it. So
Yeah.
this break that you're taking is the whole, how I said, like, there's not a lot.
Yeah.
Of work
And I have
going
more
on.
time than I've ever had. Yep.
Right. That is not how you typically operate. So you're doing what's counteractive to how you normally move and flow and work.
Absolutely.
And it's actually taking a toll on you.
A little bit.
Yeah. So that's that sadness. So I understand that it's self-care by taking rest, but self-care is more than just taking rest. Self-care is about meeting your needs. So what's happening is what you're thinking is self-care is only partial part of what's going on. So it makes complete sense that during this time when there's not enough work and then, you're hoarding your money because you're like, I don't know, all of the uncertainty, it's going to cause the sadness. And the reason is because there's a part of you that's dying, which is the part of you that's not used to being this way. And now you're giving yourself another 3 weeks. So here's what they're saying you should do, if you haven't already, is know your needs so you can meet them. So I'm just going to ask you, do you know what your needs are? Like, do you know what you need to feel neutral or to feel copacetic or just to feel okay? Not even just happy, but just okay. So
currently working on it.
Okay. See, then that's why I'm getting the feeling that you're actually in a good spot, even though you're in uncertainty. So as soon as you get that clarity, and look, I love that you're taking this time off. I think it's great. You just need to use it, to more of your benefit to really take care of the self. So I'm really happy that you're out and about in New York, hanging out with where are you from originally?
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Okay. So you're on vacation, which is really great. It's really awesome. Just add a function to your vacation, which is through your experiences, and it's like the perfect time to do it, through your experiences in New York, when you're feeling happy and you're feeling that elation and that joy and that high vibrational energy, take note of what you're doing when that's happening, because that is a need that's being met.
Okay.
So it's a really good time for you to track this time, because what would be, I don't want to, I mean, it's a bit dramatic to say, I'm a Leo, so I'm going to throw in some drama. It's a bit dramatic to say, oh, it would be a shame for you to have taken all this time off and to not known, what you need. But the way you can utilize it while still being on vacation, because you're in the midst of transition with your work, you want to change things up. You're going to need to know how you can take care of yourself so that you can take care and be of service to your clients.
Sure.
Right. So you'll be able to do that by taking mental note. If you have to write it in the note section of your phone or whatnot, and, just kind of say like, okay, this is making me happy. I know that this is what I need. I'm going to take that with me in my life. It's not just going to stay in New York. This is actually big.
Yes.
So you're being pushed into an area of discomfort so that you can take a look at yourself. So even though you're on vacation, having a good time, there's still this sense of, it's a very undertone, kind of like underlying. It's more than just fear. There's some sadness to it, and it makes sense. So I like that. I actually like that for you because it's a beautiful opportunity. So I just want to kind of look in. Wow. I just kind of want to look into like what happens, or when you start discovering your needs and you're meeting them, you're not looking outside for somebody else to meet them. like what goes on with your business. Holy,
Mhm.
really good shit. Really, really good stuff. So you've got the Magician, you've got the Queen, and you've got the Chariot. I said
Mhm.
charity. I did say charity. So you might want to start looking again, for that ebb and flow. You may need to start doing charity too,
Yes.
or giving charity. So if you've been thinking about that, let me validate that for you, because it came out, but there's never a mistake.
Okay.
Okay. So so the thing is, the way that I was kind of like posing it was based on, or it's contingent upon you staying in the same field, but just doing something different.
Okay.
It's looking really good for you to move in that direction once you've found out what your needs are, because you have to take care of yourself, because they're talking about the direction you going in. You think you're busy now, is what they're saying. You're going to
Okay.
get busier, and it does feel like there may be an aspect of travel involved. I don't know if you've thought about this or how that might come in, but you're going to need to reserve your energy. Because it's going to be faster paced than it is now. I don't know why. Look, I mean, you're mentioning hair. I don't know much about the field. I love getting my hair done. I have not gotten my hair done in 2 years. Ugh. Mama needs some coloring. But my point is that what it kind of feels like is you might be in competitions or shows, or there might be a lot of people. I don't know if it's like maybe you become part of like a tour, or I don't know what it is, but there's going to be travel involved, and lots of more more work, which you're gonna have to learn to manage and balance your energy based on your needs. And it's almost like you feel that you can't do that. There's a lot of money for you. There's a lot of confident building opportunities for you out there, and victory through adversity. So it's almost like what they're saying, God, this is so weird. It's not weird when you understand and you know how energy works. It just might sound weird to you if you're not familiar. But because you're not in relationship right now, you have all this creative energy that you're not exerting sexually. I mean, again, this is what, if you're having sex or not, that's fine. It doesn't even matter. But like the relationship connection, because you don't have that, you can channel it into this right now.
Okay.
And it would be really, really a good direction for you to change up whatever you're doing. So I like it for you. I think it's good. Doesn't matter what I think. You have to like what you do, and you have to, want to do what you're going to do. And you need to choose,
Okay.
it's all up to you is what I'm trying to say, but it feels good if you do choose that. Again, I'm just giving potentials and possibilities.
Sure.
So I like that for you. But again, this is contingent upon you getting the clarity and the knowing of what your needs are so that you can meet them. So you can go ahead and do that. It looks like it's a good direction if you choose to do that. And it just seems like there's going to be travel involved. So hopefully you understand how that would fit.
Thank God. I think that's what my need that I'm missing so much.
Good. Okay. Good. Be careful for what you ask for. So you might want to get, like, again, with this clarity is like of your needs, you probably want to like get super clear, even in regards to travel with work. What are your needs? So you're going to start looking at, let's make this really blanket. You're going to start looking at what your needs are as Ashley. What are your needs as Ashley in your business? What are your needs as Ashley with your health? What are your needs with Ashley in relationships, right? So it's really, it's time to, what they're saying, don't shoot the messenger. It's time to grow up. Now, I know you're 35. Like, I know in age, human years, it feels like we're old. I get it. I totally get it. But there, sometimes we have to catch up to things. And that's what I feel like. Now your turn, you're like catching up to things. Not bad. There's no judgment on it. Like I said, it feels like a really good place to be, even though it's uncomfortable, because there is this sense of freedom that you can have where you get to choose the direction of your life.
Sure.
You get to choose how you feel about things, and then it gets reflected back to you, and then you go, oh, I don't like this, I'm going to choose something different, and then you'll get something different. So it's like this consciousness, awareness, and expansion, this up level that you're going through. In regards to money, they're saying don't be afraid to spend money. You do have to make space and room for other money. So maybe one of the things you want to do is donate. I just recently started making monthly donations. I found an avian sanctuary because I'm a cockatoo owner, and I'm a really, huge advocate for vets who have PTSD, and then they can have dogs. So like I donate money to, every month to those two organizations. So, it's, and it doesn't have to be a lot. Okay. And there's a nice karmic payback from that. So boomerang effect too. So don't be afraid to spend money because then you'll have room for more money to come in. And there could easily be a surplus. It doesn't have to stay like matched balance. Okay, so is there anything else on this topic that you would like me to continue with, or do you have any other questions, or how would you like me to steer this next segment?
I think that actually did answer a lot of my questions for me.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Sometimes that happens. People are like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, all right, let's just go general, and then we can always tailor as we go. So
that was spot on.
Okay, great. I'm glad that resonated with you, and hopefully that gives you some direction so you can choose your way forward.
Okay.
Perfect. So is there anything else?
I guess probably relationship wise.
Yeah. We can look into relationships for you. So just general relationships. You want me to run it the same way where I just go general and then you can ask questions as we go? Wah! Good. Card fell out. Okay. Okay, great. Ooh, that's a good card. All right. Stand by. Okay, was there a third party involved with the breakup that you had? I don't know if you understand this. Was someone else involved?
Not that I know of, but I don't really know the whole story. I kind of just knew I needed to get out, stop talking, and just neither one ever reached out after 6.5 years. So there's been a lot of confusion. Yeah.
There may have been, and I don't know how you'll be able to validate this, because again, I'm just interpreting information and I can be wrong, but there may have been someone. What was your ex's first name?
Anton.
There may have been someone else popping up on his radar. Or he might have just started. I don't feel like it was a full-on affair. Like, I don't feel like he cheated on you. But there might have been someone, or even on your end where, and it could just kind of be like both of you guys might have just started looking at other people, which is kind of like, it's, again, I don't feel like there was, unless you cheated on him, but I don't get that feeling.
No, it was a long distance kind of thing. And he just moved from the UK to the US. And so I kind of had that feeling too.
Okay.
And so that's why I just kind of stopped reaching out.
Yeah. So, I got to tell you that whatever instinct, and there's a difference between instinct and intuition. I don't know if you know that, but instinct has more to do with survival, and intuition happens more when you're relaxed and you have more like foresight. So instinct is like a survival foresight. It's like, how the hell, like, I got to get out of here now. I have to save myself. So I feel like what I want to say is that your instincts in terms of ending this or separating with him were spot on.
Okay.
So you did, again, like, you made the right choice and the right decision, even if you weren't sure why. Something within you was not feeling safe with him anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And you made the choice to take care of yourself instead of abandon yourself. Was your entire relationship long distance, or
It
just
was.
that? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, so it feels like, because I'm like, why did this go on for so long? And it makes sense. If you were long distance, that's why it would go on for so
Yeah.
long, because it feels like if you guys were in person, like in real time, this wouldn't have lasted so long.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you invested a lot into this relationship. Do you understand this?
Yes.
I don't, I feel like he did, or there were moments of excitement, but it's almost like he had a safety net, like he had a filter. That's what it feels like. And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying Anton was a shitty guy or an awful person, but
Sure.
he felt super safe
Mm-hmm.
not being in your proximity,
Mm-hmm.
which made it easier for him to be a lot more detached. Because I
Sure.
feel like you gave more of yourself emotionally than he did.
Yes.
And you probably loved him more than he loved you. Now it's not cool to compare people, but I'm just talking in terms of like
No, I'd say that's accurate.
the proximity and how it feels. And I actually feel like he's got some challenges or problems with commitment. Like,
Yes.
if he were actually seeing somebody in real life where he was, he couldn't commit to them either. So that has
Mm-hmm.
nothing to do with you, but it was easier for him to stay plugged in longer because of the whole proximity thing, but he's not really capable. Is he younger
Okay.
than you? What is this about him being younger than you?
No, he's older.
Yeah, but it might be emotional maturity. It
Probably.
might be emotional maturity.
Yes. I could see that.
Because he's coming off as younger than you. And it's not, again, this is like metaphor. It's not necessarily exact or literal that you're
Sure.
35 and he's 43, but he's coming off younger than you. And I feel like for some reason in writing, this is what I'm getting, and I don't quite understand this, so you might have to break this out, or at least hopefully you'll get it or resonate with it. If he wrote to you, whether it was in text or emails, where it was written versus verbally spoken,
Mm-hmm.
he was a lot sweeter and a lot more mushy gushier and a lot more, the word I'm getting is manipulative. Again, I don't want to make him sound like an asshole, but it's almost like he knew he could give you what you want in words. Do you understand this at all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you guys would talk, he might be more distant, but if he was writing or texting
Yes.
or however,
Yeah.
it would be of a closer thing, but it was almost like he was aware in some level of his incapability. I don't know why that's, I don't know, but as long, I think the reason why it's coming up is just to kind of share with you that
Mm-hmm.
how you handled yourself during this was during this, meaning the entire relationship, was classy, and it was of a higher nature, like the high road. You took the high road. Do you understand this?
Definitely.
Yeah. Wow, you gave him a lot of chances. Like, you really gave him a lot of chances he would screw shit up a lot. You understand this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is weird, because to me, it's only weird to me because he was so far away. You guys how often did you guys see each other?
It depended on the year and travel, but probably about every like 3 to 6 months.
But
It just depends on, there would be like groups of, we'd see each other a lot. We wouldn't see each other again for 7, 8 months, and we see each other a bunch.
Yeah. I mean,
So yeah.
that's got to be so hard on a relationship, because I feel like you were really trying, and he just wasn't. How long before the end of your relationship did he move back to the States?
So he moved to the States in November, and we saw each other. Thanksgiving was the last time. And then by January, because we were talking a lot less, but he's British, he's in the States now, he's a surgeon. And so I think there's a lot more temptation now within the US. Yeah.
Because that to me, it feels like you had an expectation, which to me is not unreasonable, that now he's here, I should be seeing you more often.
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't met.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of fucked that. I keep saying, like, I don't want to paint him as an asshole, because I don't think he's an asshole. I just think his immaturity is not letting him, wasn't letting him be the man you needed, and you got to actually see it once you had the proximity.
Yes.
I mean, I feel really sad for, like, and I don't want to say sad, but I feel very sympathetic towards you, because you gave 6.5 years of your life to this person who just wasn't taking it seriously. And it makes, it gives me a lot of sympathy for you. And I just really feel like you got the raw end of the deal on this. So I just want to validate, like, whatever feelings you're feeling, and that heartache and that heartbreak. It's real, and you're not a light switch that you can just turn it on and off. And even though technically it was January, which is what, like 6 months ago, what is 6 months,
Yeah.
your heart is raw. It's like, it's still here. So, I mean, like 6 months is no, is like definitely nothing to sniff at. I don't even know if that's a thing, but I just, with all of this, I just want to say that he really fucked. He would just do things that would just be irritating, and just, so even, and I don't know if you can look back now and go, oh, there was a lot of incompatibility, but when you're ready to get back to that, you can, just kind of go, oh, okay. But what I don't want you to do is, I don't want you to, like, get into a space of, like, being upset or angry at yourself for the choices that you made, because you needed to play that out to learn whatever lessons that you're still kind of, like, processing to get. So I don't want you to be upset at yourself. If you find out that you are upset at yourself, you can work on self-forgiveness, because a lot of times forgiveness isn't even about the other person. Let them fuck themselves. So sorry for saying that. But, it's more like, I want to forgive myself for allowing whatever happened to myself go on for so long. And just, that's been a pattern of mine too. So again, I have this sympathy, because I'm like, I've stayed in relationships I've overstayed. And it's really painful. So I've had to do a lot of self-forgiveness, and still I find myself doing that. So I don't want you to feel like you really did anything wrong. Everything is unfolding as it should be.
Okay.
So let's look into, do you have any other, like, questions or anything that you want me to, on the topic of relationship? Because I was going to look into, future relationships, but
do your thing. Yeah.
I want you to, to feel good about whatever direction. So you're okay with that? Let's look at future relationships. Okay. And maybe even blocks. Are you okay with that? Blocks towards, I mean, if you're not, that's it might come up. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like oftentimes you're not letting yourself really feel the feelings. Like, it's okay to get sad. So don't block.
But I'm learning right now. It's okay to feel anything other than happy.
Yeah.
That perfection and
I get it.
Living up to expectations.
Yeah.
Learning that.
It's important for you to do that, because that is how you let go. You can't let something go unless you feel it. So you have to feel to heal. So the longer, now again, you're not a light switch where you could just turn things on and off, but the longer you don't allow yourself to feel something, the longer it's going to take you to let go. And you don't want to, you don't want to give your power away to him, because he has not earned that at all. like at all. Poor guy. I actually feel bad for him. He's got some problems.
He does.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Poor guy. Poor widow Anton. Literally,
Well,
he's a little
his
boy.
whole family just, there's no emotional availability. There never has been. He's never felt love. He doesn't know how to give or receive love. So that's just spot on exactly where.
Yeah. He had
Mhm.
problems with his father. I don't know if he ever,
He
shared
did.
that with
He
you.
did.
Like
Yep.
he wasn't taught how to be a man. And I know it's
Mm-mm.
weird to say how to be a man, but there's masculine energy. And I just feel like
Yeah.
masculine energy is about stepping up.
Yeah.
Okay. And he can't step up. He
No,
could
his
go
dad
ahead.
cheated on his mom when his mom was pregnant with his brother. So he has a lot of issues with his father.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's the shame is on him, and I feel really bad. I feel pity for him. Feeling pity for someone, by the way, does help you heal. So if you can get to a
Mhm.
point where you're like, oh, it's
Sure.
bad,
Yeah.
but I know, unfortunately, I know heartache a little too well. I actually I haven't released it yet, but I just created a course on how to heal from heartbreak. Cause again, I made
Yeah.
an amount of mistakes that I've had to learn from,
Sure.
this poor guy. He's going to leave a trail of brokenhearted women, and it's okay. Well, it's not okay, but it's only okay in the fact that at some point it will come back, All right, let's
Yeah.
look at future relationships or anything about that can come up. Beautiful. Okay. First of all, a good, healthy, solid relationship is in store. Yeah.
Good.
Okay. So that is coming. It does feel like it's almost like the challenge, your confidence level in yourself and your doubt has to be worked out first through your business.
Okay.
So once you're way more settled, content, feeling secure, free, joyous in your work, this guy is going to come.
Okay.
Okay. So there's still more work to be done on yourself through
Mhm.
your business. So your business is going to help you heal your relationships. So right now, the biggest block, because of course we have to heal before we can move on, right? So your
Mhm.
biggest block right now is in getting more in touch with your emotions.
Okay.
When you do that, you have more of what's called self-agency, which means more balance and the ability to take risks. And I don't feel like you're there yet.
Okay.
But again, what's beautiful is that when you take this energy within yourself of being single,
Mhm.
and that doesn't mean you can't have fun and play around. You could be dating other people. I'm talking about in regards to that healthy, blossoming relationship, because that's what you want. It feels like you want that. But since you don't have it yet, you take that energy and you put it into your business. It's all going to come together for you. You're not far from it. Okay, you're not far from it. There's still more work to be done, but it's going to be through your business.
Okay.
That it's going to be done. And two things: focusing on your business, great, love it, and really giving yourself permission to feel. So energy, everything that becomes something, whether it's an experience, a person, a thing, starts off as energy first. So in order for you to get to the right frequencies, you have to become the right frequencies. And you can't do that until you release and let go these lower, not good feeling frequencies, because they move at a slower pace. The feel good frequencies move at a much higher pace. So they come quicker. So giving yourself permission to feel the feels, sometimes that means cry sobbing with like nose running and sitting in a thing of tissues and, you know, just being by yourself and really getting radically honest with yourself.
Yeah.
That's what you're being called to do, because what happens is the body, because it's physical, it holds energy. And so what's happening is you're holding these feelings of grief, loss, anger, frustration, uncertainty. It all makes sense. So, you know, you're normal with that. It's not bad that you have it. It's just that you have it.
Sure.
So it needs to come out. And the way it comes out is by matching, identifying, and accepting those feelings, which is energy.
Okay.
So, can you, I mean, I don't know, you're staying with your friend, but can you, while you're in New York, maybe just take an entire day for yourself, just walk around the city, not have a plan?
Oh, definitely.
Just see what happens. Because what they're saying is if you take a day for yourself and you just literally, you talk to your spirit guides and you go, okay, you lead me for how today is going to go. I have no plans. I have money to pay for food because I got to eat. A girl's got to eat. But I want you to lead me. Tell me where to go, what to do, and be clear. And you'll get thoughts or feelings or something will show up and you're like, I want to go for that. So maybe have like a day where you just follow, I call them breadcrumbs of the soul.
Yeah.
Because you're not in your normal, regular environment, you'll probably, hopefully, be more out of your head and hopefully more into your heart, which is where, you know, you can meet those frequencies and just kind of see what happens. And don't say no unless you actually feel like you're in mortal danger.
Okay.
You know, it's okay if you're afraid to do something like, I've never been to a Broadway show by myself. I'm being facetious, but so go ahead and go to a Broadway show by yourself. But, you know, and you're scared, right? But if it's like, walk down this dark alley at 3 a.m. by myself, like potential mortal danger where your body can physically cease to exist if someone stabs it, right?
Sure.
So it's okay if you're afraid of something, do it anyways. Even if you're like, I don't know, do it anyways.
Okay.
So, because what they're saying is you can really discover a lot about yourself and your needs from a real honest, pure place without distraction in those moments. So that might be something to do. Actually, if you don't mind, if you do that, will you drop me an email and tell me about your experience? Because I would love to know.
Sure.
I would love to know how that works out for you, because I'm like, I want to do that. I want to fly to New York and do that. Maybe I will.
You should.
But this is part of, like, again, all of this is to get, again, for you, it's build your business first and then relationship. But all of this ultimately leads to relationship, because that's what we're talking about. And when you have that clarity within yourself and you have that strong relationship with yourself, it doesn't matter what somebody else is doing, right? It's just sort of complementary to what's going on when someone's traveling with you and you're not looking to them. So there's still some work to be done. That's okay. I'm still going to pull some more cards because I don't feel we're complete on this subject, but give yourself the opportunity to feel. So if you're walking around New York City eating a pretzel and all of a sudden you decide to sob, sit in a park and sob. You're never going to see these people again. Why? Just be like, whatever. And that's part of the experience, because what that is it's spirituality. You're connecting with the divine in that moment, and you are expanding your consciousness. Sorry, the dog is barking. I don't know what he's doing. Okay. He's trying to protect us. I don't know from what, a glass door, garbage can maybe. But you will definitely be able to have a holy moment, you know, or one of those spiritual moments. So, let's continue looking at relationship here. Yeah, you will definitely find someone. Yay, there's someone for you. Yay. Okay. So you are in or about to have, yes. Okay. This is fine. This is good. Hey, Bonzo. Shh, shh, shh. Thank you. So I don't know if you've ever heard of the Tower card and what it means.
No.
Most people are terrified when they get the Tower card because it means abrupt, big, unexpected change in your life. I don't think that's always a bad thing, but so many readers, like, they give warning, alert, all of that. I think you might be in it or about to be in it when you give yourself that attention, because it's going to kind of rock your world in a way where you're like, I didn't realize I needed this, and I haven't been doing this for so long. And it's almost like I feel like you're going to discover some self-betrayal.
Okay.
And you got the grief loss card. Okay. And this is important to experience because it's almost like you're the phoenix rising. So here's what I want to say. And when I say this, please understand that it's actually a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It just feels bad and it's temporary. But, you're about to learn who you really are. And because there's been some cover up in terms of not really feeling that emotion or suppressing it or not wanting to deal with it, you're going to have to be forced to deal with it. Okay. But like the phoenix rises from the ashes, it's a really good thing, especially since the trajectory that you're on, it's almost like this with every breakdown, there's a breakthrough. This has to happen to get to where I see you going.
Okay.
Which is success, success, success in business and in relationship. So in other words, it's almost like, I don't know if you believe in God. I don't know what higher power you believe in. If you believe in, I would think you believe in something because you're reaching out to me. I mean, if not, that's fine. But okay. So it's almost like God's going, wake up, Ashley. I got to wake you up because I got some good shit for you.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're just starting to get into that. So when you have this where you're feeling off or whatnot, just really lean on your friends and you will know who's really supporting you and who's not. I feel like you have a good support system. And if you needed to, you can always get a support system, therapist, coach, whatever.
Sure.
So
sure.
I don't feel like you're fucked.
Good.
You're not fucked. But the thing is because emotions for you are kind of iffy. That's where you're going to have like some big feels coming up.
Okay.
But it has to happen. It has to happen. There's no way, again, your trajectory is so big and it's so amazing. This can't not happen.
Okay.
So it gives you an opportunity to course correct. And again, if you just start looking right now, and I think this is going to happen when you start, it feels like it's like just the beginning stages now. As soon as you just really start looking at what your needs are, boom, this tower moment happens and it's okay.
Okay.
So, you're going to be fine. I want to still look in a relationship. It's like your healing comes through your work and your relationship. It's like that's actually victory through adversity and good sex. All right. That doesn't suck. There's really good sex in your future. I love it.
God, because there's not much in my past.
Yeah. See, and don't you deserve that? And that's actually a very physical thing too that needs to be released, right? So that's also why you have all of this like creative energy that you can be putting into your body because it's not being released sexually. And that's okay, because now you're going to really use it to your advantage. I feel like when you get back from New York, you're just going to be like, let's fucking do this shit, which I like for you because it means that you started doing your work.
Well, I'm kind of back and forth while I'm up here thinking about making a move.
Yeah.
Up here. Yep. So I think a lot of what you're saying is kind of resonating. It's like, yep, I know what I need. My needs haven't been met. This could possibly do it, but it's terrifying to move to New York City.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. But God, you know what? It feels right. It just feels right. It just feels right.
Okay.
One of the ways you can tell, and again, because there's intuition and there's instinct, and you do look, instincts are gonna save your life, but you really, as much as you can, want to come from intuition, and
Sure.
and listening to your body and how it feels. So when you're
Mm-hmm.
talking about moving to New York, what is your body telling you? Is it squeezing? Do you feel smothered? Are you having a hard time breathing? Is your heart racing? Are you getting a headache? Those are physical signs that it's not a match. That's contraction. No, I'm scared. It's bad.
Yeah.
The right answers are, like, this is cool, laughter, high, just like silliness, playfulness, like feeling really good and sure. Those are, if you want to do like a little yes or no indicator for
Yeah.
yourself, it's like, how do you feel in your body? I use my body a lot in the work that I do, and I just felt this huge, like, yay! So I'm like, oh, I like
Yeah.
that for you. I like that for
Okay.
you. But you are the one ultimately that has to see, well, how does your body feel? But if you're considering it, as long as it's not a life or death situation, then it's
Yeah.
intuition versus instinct.
Okay.
If you wanted to have kids, you could. There's
Okay.
definitely somebody out there for you. Again,
Okay.
there's just more work to be done. So you're, again, on that trajectory. Here's what I will say. I will say that whenever I get this card, I always I just feel like I wouldn't be a good human if I didn't. This is a card of fertility in many ways, right? So on its most literal level, if you are going to be having sex with anyone and you are not in the place to actually have a kiddo, you really want to make sure that you are staying protected, because you could get pregnant. So
Okay.
just a heads up, buttercup, take extra precaution. If it's not even a problem, it's not even a problem in that
Okay.
most literal aspect. You are going to have a beautiful, fertile relationship in many of the ways. There's going to be some really nice, good sex, very nice, good sex with elements of luck. And what's really nice is whoever this person is, he's going to be really balanced financially as well, as emotional. So he will have more of that masculine kind of feel that you're looking for, because like, you're feminine, like you have to be masculine with your work like I do, but
Mm-hmm.
like your core is feminine, which means in order for you to thrive in relationship, you have to have a masculine energy. That doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean he won't at times be in his feminine energy. You want that. You don't want somebody just totally masculine, but he'll be
Sure.
more masculine in terms of what you're looking for and stepping up. I'm getting the feel, okay, I know that this last guy was a doctor, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
seeing a white lab coat with this gentleman, which indicates to me maybe a medical field, or maybe a biology or a chemistry or something along those lines, or I don't think financial people. There's just something like he's using his brain a lot. I don't feel like Anton's your person. So let me just take away any fears when I say your person might be wearing a lab coat or something, or he
Okay.
might have a really cool white jacket. I don't know, but
Okay.
but there's something. But you also need someone really cerebral. So he's super intelligent, which I really like. He's got money. He doesn't need your money, but he's okay with you working if you choose to work. He is, he's the masculine type, but not like overly masculine, because you also need somebody sensitive. So I feel like he will be
Yeah.
there when you cry. He's not going to not
Okay.
be there. And I don't know that was one of the things Anton was able to be there emotionally for you. So you do have a person. Again, there's still some time before this shows up, though. I'm trying to feel into
Okay.
when it might happen, and I'm not getting information, so I don't want to tell you something just because you want to hear it. I
Sure.
don't feel that's ethical. But
Sure.
it's like, it is, once business gets stable and you feel really good and secure about it, that's when he comes. And it's like, it feels like you're going to feel like he came out of nowhere. But in reality, regarding your energy, you've been working towards it, because you've been aligning yourself. You've been taking care of yourself. You've been meeting your needs. You've been focusing on your business. It's almost as if you're very happy and content being alone, feeling secure, and then boom, he shows up.
Okay.
But it's in process. It's making in process. I kind of feel like he might have kids, and I kind of feel like he might even be ending his marriage right now, or he's going through something right now. So he can't quite show up to you yet either until he gets himself into the same vibrational frequency that you're in. So both of you guys are healing right now. It's beautiful.
Okay.
Like, how wonderful is that? But it's going to feel like it came out of nowhere. I don't feel like it's going to be like a dating app. I could be wrong, but I don't feel like that. I feel like you meet this person like in person, or as an
Okay.
introduction. It's not like a dating app. And again, it's going to be the furthest thing from your mind. I feel like he might, at least when you meet him, men, I was going to say have facial hair, but men change their facial hair like women change their hair, right? So I feel like when you do meet him, though, he either has facial hair or there's something, a shadow or something, because there's something. So that's how you might be able to meet him. I feel like there might be a connection to a December. Which December? Do not know. This one, next one, the following one, 5 Decembers from now, I don't know. But it could be at a holiday party or a holiday gathering. You might actually be dating several other people at the same time. Because again, you're like having fun. You're not focusing on anything else but yourself, and you can be dating several people, having a good time when this guy comes in. So again, you're just like, whatever.
Okay.
So that's beautiful. I do feel like there's a connection to either the holiday period of the year, or December, or maybe he's December. Is your birthday in December?
My birthday's in March.
Yeah, so you're not. It could be his birthday in September. It could be Sagittarius season. This is a Sagittarius card.
Okay.
He could be younger than you.
Okay.
In years, but I don't think he's going to be younger than you emotionally, like maturity wise, because he can handle you. Again, like I said, he has. I feel like he has children. He might have 2 kids. Either a divorce or a widow or something, because I feel like she's out of the picture, or so she's not going to be causing drama. So what if she's not living? She's definitely not causing drama. But I don't feel like it's going to be like a horrible, terrible divorce or separation or something like that. Like, I don't feel like you're going to have the drama of a previous relationship. He's just working on his heart. He has the drama. You won't be exposed to the drama. Maybe that's a better way of saying it.
Okay.
Which I like for you too. So all of this feels really good. I wish I could give you more information as to when, but everybody's always asking when, and really the answer is when you are ready and you make your own and different choices than you're making right now. I mean, the best way to just kind of sum everything up is, you're in a challenging time right now. So you're not making that shit up, and it could get more challenging before it gets better, but you want it to. You want to get this energy out of your body because your trajectory is kick ass, and you cannot do what you're supposed to be doing, the potential timeline that I saw you do. You cannot be doing that without a breakdown first. You got to break down so you can break through. Okay. So please don't be terrified or afraid. Just keep living your life, and just make sure if you need to journal, oftentimes journaling is like the best way to get this stuff, because it'll provoke, Sure. But you're really on the right path. You're at the right place. You're in the right time. And I don't, other than that, this tower moment that you're going to be experiencing, it's just to get you on the right track. It's not to punish you. It's for you to just really get a good sense of who you are and what your needs are.
Okay.
That's the only reason. So don't think you're doing anything wrong, or, that you're broken or anything like that, because you're actually perfectly in alignment. And with your perfectionism issues, it might feel like but it's not.
Okay.
You're here to do really great things. So just really quick, Ashley, how did you hear about me, or how did you find out about me?
Actually, my best friend is meeting with you later today.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
last week, I just kind of had a little breakdown. She was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and sign up. I've been feeling like we
Aw.
need to do this, so you'll get to meet her later.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Don't tell me
Yeah.
don't tell me who it is. I don't want to start before I need to start.
Sure. Sure.
All right, Ashley, enjoy the rest of your time in New York, because I think it can be really lovely for you. All right, my
Well,
dear.
thank you so much. I really appreciate your time today.
And I'll make sure that I send you a link to this so that you can watch this and listen to it again, when you're
Okay.
in different states of mind. It'll be helpful.
Sure.
All right. Have yourself
Okay,
a great rest
great.
of your day. All right.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.